Alright, the focus for learning for this video is I can simplify exponential expressions using the rules of exponents. So we've been talking about the rules of exponents or the laws of exponents for about a week now. And so we're going to look at doing some example problems where instead of just learning the rules, you're actually going to solve the problems and I'm going to guide you through them. So just know that this assignment will be graded for correctness. If you get a 5 out of 10, if there are 10 questions on the assignment and you get 5 out of 10 correct, your grade in progress book will be a 5 out of 10. So make sure you're paying complete and total attention. Alright, so this says fully simplify. So we have negative 5x cubed y, so sorry, let me say the quantity. Remember those parentheses mean the quantity. Negative 5x cubed y cubed. So what that means is we're going to take that expression and we need to multiply that whole thing by itself 3 times. So you can see that I've actually expanded it out there for you. Negative 5x cubed y times negative 5x cubed y times negative 5x cubed y. And once you expand it out like that, you're just going to go through and multiply piece by piece. So if you look, all of our coefficients are in green. Negative 5, negative 5, negative 5. You need to multiply all 3 of those together. So in your calculator right now, or on your phone, I want you to do negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5. And when you do that, you should get negative 125. So that's our new coefficient. Remember, a negative times a negative is a positive, so negative 5 times negative 5 would give us positive 25. Times negative 5 brings us back to a negative number, so negative 125. So that is our new coefficient, negative 125. Now we're going to look at the yellow pieces, so our x ones there, our x's. So x cubed times x cubed times x cubed. Remember, when you're multiplying with the same base, you keep the base and you're going to add the exponents. So what is our new exponent going to be on our x? If we add up 3 plus 3 plus 3. There you get 9. So negative 125x to the 9th. And now we're going to look at the blue pieces, our y's. So remember, we're going to keep the base, so keep the y, add the exponents. Oh no, the y's don't have an exponent. Oh. So what does that mean? Remember, when there's no exponent written, we assume it is a 1. So these y's all have an exponent of 1. We just don't write it there. So add up the exponents. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And now you have fully simplified it because remember, fully simplifying means no negative exponents in your answer. So we are good to go on this one. Here, same thing. We have the quantity 2x squared y squared. So that means we're going to take that entire expression that's in parentheses and multiply it by itself 2 times because that's what our exponent out here of 2 says to do. So now we're going to go through. First, multiply the coefficients, the green pieces. 2 times 2 is 4. Now, for your x's, remember, keep the base, add the exponents. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So far we have 4x to the 4th. And now for our y's, remember, when there's no exponent written, we assume it's a 1. Keep the base, add the exponents. 1 plus 1 is 2. So our final answer here, let me go through and highlight the pieces. We have 4, x to the 4th, y squared. It is completely simplified because there are no negative exponents. Alright, the next one, same thing. We have the quantity 6x to the 5th, y to the 4th. All of that cubed. So that exponent of a 3 out here, the cubed, says you're going to take everything inside parentheses, so that whole expression, and multiply it by itself 3 times. So that turns into 6x to the 5th, y to the 4th, times 6x to the 5th, y to the 4th, times 6x to the 5th, y to the 4th. So we're taking that entire expression and multiplying it by itself 3 times. Alright, again, get back out your phone or your calculator. We need to multiply our coefficients just like a normal multiplication. We're going to do 6 times 6 times 6. When you do that, you should get 216. So that is our new coefficient, our new number that's out there in the front. All right, now we're going to look at our x's. So remember, multiplying exponential expressions with the same base, you keep the base, the x is the base, and add the exponent. So 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 is 15. All right, same thing for the y's. Multiplying with the same base, you keep the base. So here, y is our base. Add the exponents. 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. And we get 216 x to the 15th, y to the 12th. Final answer, no negative exponents. It's fully simplified. All right, this one looks a little bit tricky. We need to fully simplify the expression 100 x cubed y to the 100th z to the 23rd, all raised to the 0. So now we have 3 variables, 3 different bases, and a coefficient, some pretty big exponents, but before we panic, we need to remember that anything, any expression at all raised to the 0 power is 1. So here, since this thing is in parentheses, and we have the expression 100x cubed y to the 100th z to the 23rd, that entire quantity raised to the 0 power, it's just going to equal 1. Because that's what our rules of exponents say. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. Okay, now we have some negative exponents in 3 different bases. So, fully simplify x to the negative 3rd, y to the 10th, z to the negative 2nd. Remember, in order to be fully simplified, we are not allowed to have negative exponents in our answer. So your answer needs to consist of only positive exponents to have a fully simplified answer. So we're going to go through. We see x to the negative 3rd. That's a negative exponent, so we're going to have to bring that to the denominator. Same with z to the negative 2nd. We're going to have to bring that to the denominator. Remember, x to the negative 3rd, this is our rules of exponents, that's equal to 1 over x cubed. You bring the base to the denominator and make the exponent positive. Same with the z. Z to the negative 2nd power, that's going to be equal to 1 over z squared. So we're going to take these negative exponents and we're going to replace them with these fractions. So we get 1 over x cubed times y to the 10th, because that's a positive exponent, we can leave it alone, times 1 over z squared. Again, we replace the negative exponent with the fraction that has the positive exponent. Now we're just going to go through and multiply. On the top we have y to the 10th, and then on the bottom you get x cubed z squared. And that is your final answer. It's fully simplified. There are no negative exponents. All right, another one. Fully simplify x to the negative 2nd divided by x to the 4th. So remember, x to the negative 2nd, we can rewrite that as 1 over x squared. So when we do that, 1 over x squared, bring the x squared to the denominator times x to the 4th. That's already down there. Then you're just going to go through and use your rules of exponents. Multiplying expressions with the same base in the denominator of that fraction, you're going to keep the base, so keep the x, add the exponents to get 1 over x to the 6th. And that is the answer. That's the final problem.